Hey Ranger Nation, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at the Power Rangers Lightning Collection. This is the Beast Morphers Red Ranger, and this does look kind of cool, although I will say that it looks weird that you've got hands like that. I think this is possibly where the figures are going to go all the way now. I generally thought that they would be as much as the others, like you'd be able to put them back in plastic, but we'll have a look right now. Also, it looks not the best, as in like the way that the texture is on the suit, but we'll have a look. So first of all, we see Devon here, or the Beast Morpher Red Ranger. We've got the lovely window display. We've got Devon there, Devon on the back, and then again you got him right there. The top there's nothing, and the bottom there's just the information. So let's open up this bad boy and have a look inside. But if you like this sort of content and you want to see more and help support the channel, then hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as the notification bell, and why not leave a comment on your favorite Ranger so far in the Lightning Collection. And without further ado, let's just jump straight into it. And here he is. Here is Devon, aka the Red Beast Morpher Ranger. I've got to admit, I'm not impressed with this figure. It took ages just to kind of stand him up just to review him. I also noticed that there's paint missing here, like it's just been smudged off or it's not been painted properly. Now I know that obviously you're looking at the price of the figure for what it is, but it does generally annoy me that even though you're paying as little as what, $20, $25 depending on what it is, that you should be getting at least something properly painted. Like I can understand if like his zip was red rather than silver, or something else wasn't painted, but I think that, you know, something like that needs to be kind of addressed. Also the way that the figures are standing. Now I don't know if they're going in the box, and the way that the box is going, that's a bit weird, but it is kind of really annoying that way. But let's look at the figure. So you've got this sort of texture, which is obviously meant to be like kind of leather. Then you've got the glasses here, you've got the silver right there, and then the helmet. Now this is really nice looking from straight on, but looking from the side, it can look a tiny bit weird. I do like the Go Buster, the transport pod that they've got. That's really nice. And then the silver kind of works on this sort of level, but it does feel like the silver and red don't work well in this one. It feels like it's kind of blending in with the red, compared to where we've just seen with Nate. You know, it's something completely different. The leather straps, they're kind of a soft plastic, which is nice to see, but that's kind of all really for that particular one. Now I'm going to kind of do a little bit, rather than doing like this are the legs, this are the boots. I kind of really want to include it. So the legs are pretty normal, as you can see, and then you've got the kind of like just red going up there. I do like the way that the boots are made. They look really, really nice, and they kind of look like they are from the show, even though that this is like a dark red and these are kind of like a light red. It looks like they have been 3D painted, which I'm a bit kind of on. The hands look kind of weird on this one, so I don't know why, but I will notice that, I will say that the Morpher looks really, really nice painted properly, even though there is some paint smoshes right there. I do think that it looks really kind of cool, so it does kind of work well. On the side there is nothing there, because he doesn't have a Morpher on that wrist. Coming to the back of the figure, it's creased, as you can see here. You can see that there's red there, and then kind of red, black around about there, which kind of remind me of the RPM boots. As we come up to the figure here, you see the belt where it's connected, and then you can see Morpher there on the side, which looks fine. And then you can see some sort of kind of muscle definition, kind of ruffling right there, as you would do. The paint here, to me, even though it doesn't look it, it does feel like it's kind of like blended into the red. I don't know why on that one, but that's the reason right there. Looking here at the back, it's a basic plain plastic. It looks okay, but to me, I'm kind of like meh to it. But there's really nothing you can do. Like looking from the side of the helmet, it's fine. I don't know what side it is. There's a bit kind of scuff, a little bit weird there. Even looking at the top of the helmet, where you can see it looks pretty much exactly like the show, but it's not too bad for what it is. Let's do a articulation test to see what it is. Again, I really hate that. I'm not going to keep mentioning it in the rest of the ones. If you've seen the most and you say I don't like that, oh, like just then it angers me. The fact is that it kind of stops. So again, the quality control of these toys really need to be kind of really looked into, rather than just keep releasing. I'm not really happy with it. So it just kind of clicks in Legs move around as normal. Legs move around as normal. Like that. You've got the butterfly, which is like that, which is fine. Hand turns around. Bends there. Hand turns around. Bends. It just feels like it's going to snap, and I really hate the fact that someone one day is going to really force it and it's going to go boom. And it's like, why is my figure broken? Because the joints aren't great. Head moves around like normal, and there we go. Let's have a look at swapping the heads. So swapping the head, it actually looks like Devon. Like, I generally think this is a really cool head. Like, they've even got the kind of oh, was it? It's an earring. I think that looks on both. Didn't realize it. I only thought he probably would wear it on one, so it's kind of weird that they've made it on both. This kind of really adds to the figure, even with like if he's holding the helmet. I generally think that's really cool. So adding like his head, I think this is probably maybe the third head that looks like spot on. That they're really kind of getting on that one. I generally kind of really like it. So yeah, it kind of adds to the figure. So let's look at some of the accessories. Now I really like the X-Saber, or the Beast X-Saber. I think that looks really kind of cool. Even looking at that, I think that's awesome. It kind of really works well. I'm kind of like gutted that you don't get the camera gun. And I'm also kind of a bit gutted that they didn't really paint this very well. That it's just basically, there's the line, there's the eyes, you got the handle, and then that's kind of it. I generally thought that they would have painted this a lot differently, I think. That would have been perfect, but again, nah. So you do get the effect of the data slash, which I think is a unique one, which just goes straight in there. So I like that sort of effect. I think of all the effects that we've had so far, that's the best one in my eyes. It just kind of really works well with the figure, so I generally am really pleased that we've got this. And there we go, Ranger Nation, there is Devon, and I've got to admit, I'm kind of in two minds about this figure. I think that this figure is a really nice one. I think it's a nice addition to the collection. I just kind of think that maybe the figures need to be looked at more, rather than just generic kind of release all of them, and I'm hoping in wave 4 that will all change. And in next year that we'll see a completely different kind of figures and stuff like that. You know, different molds, better figures, better joints, rather than just, oh, this foot when it locks it can't move, and you get, you know, it's just annoying. Let's just say that. The figure is kind of painted. I do think that when looking over the silver parts, I did kind of think that the silver went into the red a lot, even though it didn't. It just kind of felt like it did. The accessories I think are fine. I kind of really wish that there was more. Maybe the camera gun, maybe we'll see that with the other figures. You know, it's just kind of weird that you wouldn't get that figure with it, or that accessory with it. But yet again, like, you'll get the Cheetah Beast Blaster, which is fine, but you think that you would have that extra thing to go with it. So I don't know why they didn't add it. But apart from that, the design, not too bad. The head I do kind of really like. I do generally think that, you know, the figures are getting slightly better with the facial recognition. I know with Rocky it didn't, and I know one or two don't really look like it, but they do get some of it right at times, so I'm hoping that changes with it. But yeah, I kind of really want to leave it there. What are your thoughts? You know, what about you, Ranger Nation? Do you like this figure? Do you like the Lightning Collection so far? Let me know down below in the comments. So Ranger Nation, if you like this video, why not hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and while you're down there, hit the notification bell to be notified when more videos drop. You know, why not share it with your friends? You know, sharing is caring. And, you know, I'm going to leave it there. So Ranger Nation, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.